All right, man. And we're live. So, welcome to Snake Fang Podcast. I'm joined today by a good friend of mine from a recent podcast, Dustin Borge. Welcome back, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. I'm always happy to have people come back on and talk to me, and especially good friends of mine. But I wanted to bring you on today to talk about something that we were recently talking about, Amazon. I wanted you... Like, I had an epiphany in regards to Amazon, and I think that we're fucked. Like, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, all of that, like, we're letting it get to this point that we're going to be completely fucked. You know what I mean? Like, like the epiphany I had. So this is one of the things. So, you know, Amazon has Audible, right?
Yep.
So, and they bought out Audible, I think back, I forget when it was, early 2000s, for around $300 million. So an Audible is their audiobook selection, which is just one of their quote-unquote subsidiaries that they have. And it's another subscription on top of their other subscriptions. It's $14.95 for a subscription, and you get a free book a month, which sounds good. Sounds great. But, I mean, at the end of the day, what occurs is usually you still buy... The people that get the subscription still buy more books. Like they buy, I think the average is around 20 books. So 12 books free. And then they buy another 8 books, right? And what happens is that the content creators, quote unquote, the people who actually write these novels, what occurs is that they only get 10 to around 40% of the purchase. And Amazon keeps the rest. Now, I get it. Amazon has a lot of things to pay. Like it might not be an easy service to upkeep with, or to pay their the people that actually like read off the books, like fucking Morgan Freeman or whoever else. Not fucking Nicolas Cage, because that dude fucking sucks. But like they're taking a lot of money away from the content creators. All they built was a platform, and I get that. It's a great platform, but there's a lot of platforms out there. They have I think it's ASXW is a platform that they actually use, and you can actually use it on your own as an individual to promote your book and do the audio reading yourself on there. But nobody wants to go to that. They want to go to Audible. So they fucking get all this money from you as buying the subscription. And then on top of that, they collect all this money from each purchase that you make on those audiobooks. They collect up to like 60%, upwards to 90% off of each book that you're buying, even though they didn't write the content. Then on top of that, I thought about it further. Fucking Kindles. Dude, Kindles is an Amazon product. It's around, what, $99? Something like that?
I'm surprised they're not even cheaper. I thought they were like $99 like a few years ago.
I think they're still around $99, but I think it's more like, I think they have a smaller model that's probably a little bit cheaper, but they're more extravagant model, quote unquote. It's $99, and it's very simplistic. It's not fucking like... It's basically just like a white page thing with a backlight that shows just text. It's not something that's... Like, to me, it's fucking incredibly hard because I couldn't fucking make that shit. Maybe you could.
Well, I mean, like, you think about it. Like, Amazon, what were they when they first started?
It was like, that's the thing. It was a book company. They started off as being a book company.
Exactly.
A brick and mortar fucking book company, and fucking left turned out of nowhere.
And they basically put Barnes and Noble and what was the other one? Borders?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember them. They put them out of business.
Yeah.
And who would have thought in 2018 that on Amazon you could possibly be buying a car, your pharmaceuticals, have a checking account with them, buy anything and everything when they started as a book company.
No, exactly. It's crazy. And what's even crazier is people don't even, like, that's what the thing I'm getting at. They don't even see how much money they're actually giving towards Amazon, because that purchase is $99 direct to Amazon. And then on top of that, they collect on those books, I think it's upwards to 30 to 40% of royalties. So vice versa off of the audiobooks. So they're collecting still royalties off of each book, plus the product that they sold you. On top of every other fucking thing you have, like your $99 Amazon subscription, which, I mean, it depends on who you are, if that's actually a good deal. And then on top of that, each merchant pays $39.99 per month for their subscription to be a seller on Amazon. So if you fucking put those numbers together, it's like, holy shit. And then also on Amazon, they have Amazon Basic, and they sell their own, like, stupid products that people buy all the time. Holy fuck. Like when I had that epiphany, I was like, holy shit, man. Like they're not, and the thing is, they're not just taking away from the consumer. They're taking away from the creative individuals. They're taking away from the people that actually produce these products, where a merchant has to pay $39.99 a month to just sell it on there, or they have to pay royalties, or they take away a percentage off of each book. And Amazon, by no means, all they have is the platform. And the thing to me that gets me fucking like really like upset about it is they don't the internet isn't a proprietary system to them. You know what I mean? They don't have it fucking licensed.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I mean, trust me, I'm not a big fan of Amazon either.
Yeah.
I don't really like their values as a company, and I really don't like how fast they've grown, and you know, they've grown exponentially, and they do have a lot of power over us and the government as well. But it's also, you have to be mad at the people as well, because they're the ones that are supporting this. If there wasn't a demand for it, Amazon wouldn't be creating this. And on top of that, I mean, you're saying that, you know, they're taking all these royalties. People are giving in, and they're the ones that are reaching out to Amazon basically for help, because like if you're not with Amazon, there's a potential that you may be left behind, and we've seen that through retail. I mean, like look at Sears and JCPenney and Dillard's, like they're getting crushed right now. And in 10 years, we may only be shopping at Walmart, Target, and Amazon. Those are going to be the three big players within that market.
And subsidiaries of Amazon.
Correct,
Whole Foods.
yeah.
Let's fucking shop at Whole Foods.
Yeah, I mean, they had the potential to be buying anything and everything that we use and putting it under their umbrella. And a lot of them even mask. A lot of people don't even know like what exactly they own.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Because there's a ton of stuff. Like their hands are in every fucking thing.
Everything. And if they're not in there, they're in the process of getting in.
Yeah, exactly. And I totally agree with what you're saying. And that's why I was talking about, like, the internet's not a proprietary source to them. They don't own the internet. Now, what occurred was back during the .com bubble, like they had this new service. It was very catchy. It was very integrated. It was very new, I guess you could say. And people didn't really understand the internet. And like that makes sense back then. Don't get me wrong. Success is success. I give it to them. Yeah. Like they're fucking successful. They're doing the right fucking things. I'm all for fucking success. But when you look at it in today's aspect, we have the ability to fucking make that site ourselves now. The only thing that they hold against us at this point is a logistics service. Like, that's all they fucking hold against us, but people still buy into the fucking brand when somebody else can easily build a fucking simple site just like they did previously. Now, the logistics won't fucking be there by no means. They won't have the transportation or anything like that, but you can make it a more even playing field if you're like, you know what, I'm going to give it to this company. Like, they're doing something here, that, and the other. I mean, it was Jet.com was one of them that came out and did it, but then they fucking got acquired by Walmart, of course. But, I mean, even if that's the case, you can buy, like, it was cool back then because you couldn't buy direct from these merchants or these retailers. Now you can buy fucking direct. Yeah, you're going to pay shipping, but the thing to me, like, I want to see the numbers on basically how much you save on that subscription service in regards to shipping costs. If you're actually buying a lot of shit, like, I get it. But if you just have, like, a lot of my friends have, like, an Amazon Prime account and they might buy 3 things a year. It's like, dude, just buy fucking direct, man. Just literally, you're probably going to save a fucking $40 at the end of the year if you just buy direct. Just pay those shipping costs. And then you're giving all the returns directly to that merchant. And we have the ability to do that now. But still, with this brand, it's in our mind. We're like, fuck it, man. I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm going to buy on Amazon. It's convenient. It's like, dude, what do you mean? It used to be convenient. But now you can go any fucking where. It's convenient all over. You have the fucking internet in your hands. Everyone has their own retail store online.
Yeah. I mean, I disagree with you with one thing, and you were referring to Amazon, that anyone can build a platform like this. I do agree that is possible. Yeah. However, with Amazon, they're very strategic in how they capture market share. They could search your browser history. They know exactly what you're looking on. They know how many sites that you're comparing it to. They know the price that you're willing to pay. They have all these statistics on each and every single one of us, and they know how to capture market share. If the place that you're on, say you're on like Logan's shop and you're selling it something for $50, Amazon can cut their price to $45. They may take a loss on that just to capture your market share. And eventually that's going to put your platform out of business because no one's using it. And Amazon is willing to take a few losses in order to capture that long-term user.
They're willing to take a couple fucking losses, man.
Absolutely, and it's a long-term play, and they've done well at it, and they've cut a lot of people out of the market, and they're also not allowing people to enter because people are too afraid that, hey, Amazon could lose even $20 million a day, and it wouldn't even affect them at all.
Yeah.
If you have a guy with a startup company that's losing $20 million, if they're losing $20 million a year, they're not going to be around. Mm-hmm. But this company, how big it is, you could lose $20 million in a day, and it doesn't even,
dude, in a fucking hour. Exactly. You know what I mean? No, I get what you're saying, because another thing like that people don't understand and don't know, if you ever look up like a tech job, like one of the things that they want you to have is this AWS. What the fuck is AWS? Like, what the fuck is that? What's C++? Like, you don't know that shit. I don't know that shit. But if you actually dig deeper, AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. They have their own fucking Amazon Web Services, which is integrated into so many fucking things. Like, it's a huge thing. Like, I can't talk fully on this because I'm not educated that much, but like, to me, that's even fucking crazier. And like you were saying, like they have this brand marketing where they can search all that stuff. It's because they have Amazon Web Services. They have AWS. It's integrated into all your devices. And I mean, they can capture that market easily by having that. Now, the platform, like I said, it might be easy for someone to create that platform. But yeah, if you have AWS, you have a logistics, you have all this fucking capital to fucking take L's, it's going to be fucking extremely hard. And then on top of that, when you use Amazon Web Services and you assist the CIA to develop a secret cloud service direct for the CIA, and then another secret service for all of the international secret agencies, yeah, dude, who the fuck's gonna come after these guys? You know what I mean? Like,
well, it makes you wonder, like, what are they? Like, are they? I mean, it's almost like a quasi-government company. They have big contracts with the government. Are they government? Are they a private company? Are they? I mean, like, they have all these, they have deals with the Pentagon. Like, what is a private company doing $1 billion deals with Pentagon? Like, are they for the consumers or are they working for the government?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're building drones, they're collecting data on us. There's no telling what's going to happen to all this data 10 years from now, what it's going to do to us.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, like, when you say that, like, are they, like, with the government, this and the other? Well, it's both, because they've gotten to the point, we can't call it a fucking monopoly, dude. This isn't Monopoly, man. Fucking Jeff Bezos doesn't wear a fucking monocle on his eye with a fucking top hat and a K, and he's not the Monopoly player. But if you think about it, it really is. But the media and everything portrays it as, no, you can't just say it's Monopoly because it's big. Well, the government has a say in that. They're like, yeah, it's not a monopoly because they fucking help us out in building these drones, developing this, that, and the other. So if somebody's like, they're like, we need to like look at this further, the government's like, nah, they help us out too fucking much for us to actually worry about that being a monopoly or doing anything like that. And that's why they're, to me, like, that's an opinion, but it's based off of some fucking like structure there. That's like, it's easy to see, hey man, if I don't want to get fucking in trouble, I'm just going to go to the guy that would get me in trouble and say, I'm going to do stuff for you. I'm going to do amazing things for you. All right, man, if you do that, that's great. And then nobody's going to fucking come after you. And that's why I feel like they do that stuff for the government.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, like, by definition, they're not a monopoly, but they sure operate as if they are one. Like, right? I mean, like, the government will say, oh, they're not a monopoly. There's Walmart. Like, who the fuck wants... I mean, like, you have Walmart and Amazon. Like, let's be real. Those are the two big players, and, like, everything that you do, it's gonna basically like Walmart and Amazon.
Yeah. The only reason why people go to Walmart is to fucking go there at night and see those fuck ass people and take pictures, and then they could fucking do a fucking thing on YouTube about it and like, look at this dude. That's the only reason why people go to fucking Walmart. Otherwise, they're going to Amazon. You know what I mean? But and it goes even further than that. Like, I mean, they just bought out Whole Foods. They bought out a grocery store. And what was cool was previously before that, you had like Blue Apron. I think it's called Fresh is one of the other ones that it's called. There's these other ones that basically were compiling just like food products into like a nice simple meal for you. Here, you buy the subscription, they send it to you, they give you the recipe, you fucking make it. Like, I wouldn't fucking buy it. Like, it's higher tiered. Like, I would say like New York, LA, people do that shit. But then Amazon saw like, oh shit, we should get on the grocery side, buy a grocery store, and then implement that same kind of subscription or that same kind of delivery. And that's what they fucking did. They bought out fucking Whole Foods for a couple $1 billion or something like that. And then they fucking decided to implement their delivery because they have the logistics. So they said, you know what? We're going to, here, you just buy from Whole Foods and we'll deliver it directly to you, this, that, and the other. And then you see Blue Apron take a fucking shit in the stock market. You see all these other ones going out of business. And it's like, how don't you see that affects a lot of people? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that you mentioned that because I remember the day that it was announced to the stock market that Amazon was going to be acquiring Whole Foods, and what had happened was obviously the Whole Foods price went skyrocketing, and every other grocer, I mean, their stock was plummeting 8 to 10%. I mean, you look at Kroger and you have Publix, Save-A-Lot, Albertsons, like all these brands. There was like $100 billion in losses for other grocers as Amazon was increasing. But like an article was saying that like $90 billion worth of value was completely wiped out that day. It was gone without a trace. Amazon had erased almost $100 billion out of the economy. And you got to think, most of the people like that work at these grocery stores, like these are low wage workers. Like a lot of them have like their stock held in like their retirement. So you got to think, you may have almost 1 million people working at these grocery stores, and they have a lot of their value tied up into the stock price of these grocers. Yeah. And it's almost completely vanished at that point because of Amazon. And people don't like notice like anything like, oh, Amazon's done well, but like what about the people that it's hurt and indirectly that you don't see?
Yeah, no, of course. Like it definitely does. It has that indirect negative effect, but people only, like I said from the beginning, like they're successful. Don't get me wrong. Like they do good things. Like they have great products, stuff like that. But you got to like look into it. You got to see exactly what's going on. Like how you're saying, like that's an indirect effect. And like what I'm saying, like how I was saying, like with the books, like, okay, they might be able to get their books out to a larger geographical location with Amazon through audiobooks and stuff like that. But back in the day, these fucking authors were making a fuck ton of money from selling books, because they sold direct. These authors were millionaires, easily millionaires. And now basically with these other systems that they have that Amazon produced, it's just like, dude, when somebody says, hey, I want to be an author, you're like, dude, are you fucking sure you want to be an author? Like, and that's a correlated negative effect in regards to what Amazon did. And like, I see it as shitty. Like, I think that the negatives outweigh the positive in regards to Amazon. I don't know if you agree on that. That's my own opinion. But I think that if you actually take everything as a whole and you look at it and you see everything that's actually occurring, you see all the pieces that are fucking moving around, and you're like, holy shit, dude. Like, they're affecting us as the consumer 100%. They're also affecting the creators 100%. They're also affecting employment, jobs, everyone, the economy itself. Yeah, okay. Amazon might employ 50,000 people. Okay, cool. That's great. Fantastic for them. But what if we just basically broadened that? Instead of like having all of our assets into fucking Amazon, we just broadened it and we gave more money back to creators and more money back to consumers. And then basically you'd see more and more places like start up, and then you'd see more and more growth. Because, yeah, 50,000 jobs easily could be dispersed across those many platforms. But if you still give more money back, you're going to see more and more businesses opening. And then you're going to see more jobs boost. The creators are going to get more money back. Hopefully, they're going to put it back into the fucking product or back into the business that they started so that it can grow. Like, all we're doing is we're growing one fucking thing. Why would we not want to grow a multiple, like a diverse amount of things, rather just grow fucking Amazon? Like, that's what's crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you have that same kind of like idea in your head. That's just like something like I always thought about. Like, what is that saying? Too many eggs. What is it?
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Don't put all. Yeah, stupid ass fucking saying. Nobody ever. Who the fuck even has a basket full of eggs except on Easter? Dumpty. Yeah, Humpty Dumpty, dude. Like, you don't put, but like you said, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. But I feel like that's what we're doing.
Well, I mean, like if you look at Amazon, I don't really know much about like that part of the segment of like their ebook still. I don't know how profitable that is for them or like how many they're selling a day, but maybe they're trying to push out the content creators. I don't know, but like it appears as though, and this isn't through Amazon, but this is more of like the movies. So this is I guess it's kind of tied to Amazon because like now they're getting into content creating for their Prime Video.
Yeah.
But like if you look at movies or TV shows these days, you see that the content has slowly diminished throughout time. And that's because of like piracy, like people taking free shit online. So like the people that are willing, like say you had like a guy that was willing to invest millions of dollars in developing like some like really cool content, he's not going to take that risk anymore because someone's just going to go steal it. They're going to go sell it for cheap, and it's not worth it anymore. It's like you start to see like really dumb movies and dumb TV shows
all the fucking Adam
all
Sandlers.
the time because the people that are out doing this, I mean, like they're just taking a chance. Like, fuck it, we didn't do this 10, 15 years ago. We'll take a stab at it now. Like they don't have to put that much money up anymore.
Yeah,
and there's no originality either. Like you start to see movies like The Third or The Fourth. Like, what the fuck? Like at one point you got to draw the line. Like, all right, this isn't entertaining anymore. Like this is not original. You're taking a storyline that was completely over and revamping it into creating something new.
Yeah, I feel like you are talking about Star Wars, man.
I mean, basically,
big Star Wars fan, man.
Star Wars, but like, what are they on? Like number 18?
Yeah.
And they always say like the last this, last that. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck is it the last one?
That was actually one of the things I wanted to bring up because I read an article. It's exactly what you're talking about. Like piracy's shit, dude. Like, don't fucking pirate shit. Like, whatever. That's terrible, but. There's this company, I think it's called Set TV, and they were selling a $20 TV subscription service.
Are you talking about Sling?
No. It's called Set TV. It's not Sling. Sling's an actual legitimate one. This one's Set TV. $20 TV subscription service. You get fucking everything, dude. All these fucking movies. Everything you fucking want. But what was occurring was that you bought the box, you integrated the software, and what they were doing was they were just basically pirating everything off of like Netflix and Amazon and like all these TV. They were pirating it for free, and they're like, "Yeah, pay us $20 fucking dollars." Like that's shit. But the thing that caught my eye when I read it was the fucking title of it, and it says Netflix and Amazon and others sue Set TV. It's like, I'm sure there's not a lot of others, so that's why they fucking named Netflix and Amazon right off the fucking jump. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, like they're getting like that's another thing. They have their fucking video services, and they're putting money into content creation, and they're trying to build up people to just go to theirs because they see a new way out. And like at the end of the day, what if they take out like Netflix and Hulu and HBO? Those are the only ones I can actually fucking name.
And that's the thing. They had the potential to buy them out. There's no telling if Netflix will even exist. I mean, they have a great business model. They're doing well. But they're not everything. Like Amazon can easily stomp them out and say like, oh, thanks, we'll take it from here. And like they have the means to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just them. We always fucking talk shit about fucking Apple with all their fucking all their fucking billions. You want to talk about people that are fucking just loaded in cash? Holy shit. How much do they have offshore?
It's like 800 billion or something like
stupid amount of fucking cash money on hand. But they're starting their new content creation. I think they put $4.5 billion in it, and it's specific to the Apple TV. And they put $4.5 billion. I don't think Netflix matched it. I think they like went a little bit below what because Apple was like, holy shit, dude, we're just shitting out money. Here you go. Like we're going to make our own subscription streaming service. Here's $4.5 billion towards it.
It's funny because like I guess Disney had canceled through Netflix. Like they're not allowed to put any more of their content, and like whatever Netflix does have, it expires in 2019. So Disney said that they're going to create their own content using like their own service. So now that Apple's doing it, so you're going to have Apple, Amazon, Disney, Netflix. Like which one of these is going to succeed? There's not enough room for all four of them to be in this game.
And what the crazier thing is that there's only fucking four, dude. That's and you're naming the biggest fucking people. You can't just name a Joe Schmo. Just throw someone in that fucking mix. Like it doesn't matter if they're real or not. Just make it so it's not obvious as fuck. You know what I mean? Just throw the fucking random name out there and fucking put it in our eyes.
Logan Dyer streaming.
Yes.
Subsidiary of Disney.
Yeah. But I mean, because Disney, what they did with that merger, I think they got 30% of Hulu.
Yeah.
So I think Disney's going to be promoting more of their shows and content on Hulu, and they're going to redesign Hulu. And I think they might try and maybe take more market share of Hulu and because since Hulu already has, basically they're just what is it called? They're buying their customers. You know what I mean? Because they already have customers, so they're just buying their customers and then revamping that stuff. This is just my idea of what's going to go on, because who the fuck's going to buy 30% of a fucking company and not do shit with it? You know what I mean? And then they're going to use Hulu with their already customers that are already engaged and then put all their content on there. And then they're going to get more users to go over to that service. And it's going to be a fucking mess. And all we're doing is fucking dealing with these big fucking companies. And no fucking small person's doing anything, because the consumers like us, we always fuck around. Like, don't get me wrong, I buy shit on Amazon. I fucking watch Netflix. I'm fucking part of this fucking crowd. But we always fuck it up in the free market. And then we fucking try and rely on the fucking government to fix it. And the government's like, nope, we don't fucking know what to do either. And so basically we're fucked on both ends. Like, I don't see the government coming into play in regards to Amazon ever. Like, I don't ever see the government trying to stop them doing anything.
But the thing is, what would you even expect them to do? There's nothing they could do at that point. Like, once you become so big, what are they going to do? Like, take all the cash away? Like, you can't do that.
Well, I mean, okay, so Jeff Bezos just got $12 billion in one day. What was it, Tuesday?
Yeah, when the stock price went up like almost 5%.
Yeah, so his net worth went up. He's the richest person in the fucking world. Supreme overlord Jeff Bezos. Let's bow down. $164 billion now is he's worth. So like, if the government just like tries to do anything, and he'll just be like, I'm gonna buy fucking Hawaii, dude. Like, fuck out of here. I'm gonna go buy Hawaii, make it my own sovereign state or whatever it is, have my own government, and you can't do shit to me. And I'll be in Hawaii eating fucking iguanas. Have you seen that picture of him?
I have not, no.
Jeff Bezos eats iguanas, dude. Shit's crazy. But yeah, he's 100. He could buy it him fucking self and fucking, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how could the government? They'll be like, hey, you can't do that. And it's like, okay, dude, I bought Hawaii, and now you can't even take me. Like, what are you gonna do? Stop me in America? Ooh, big fucking deal to me, dude.
Yeah, there was an article on Business Insider, and it says that his net worth, he has more money than the GDP of over 125 different countries.
Holy shit.
It's insane.
I still have more.
Yeah.
I have way fucking more. Let me tell you. I'm like 500.
You got the van, remember? The van?
Yeah, dude, I got the rape van. Sweet deal on it. At least $10 billion in that bitch.
But dude, that's crazy. Think about like how many people live in 125 of these countries. And, like, his net worth is more than that.
Way fucking more than that. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's insane. And, like, people are like, oh, it's his net worth, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's still in the stock, this, that, and the other. It's like, have you ever heard about FANG stocks? FANG stock stands for Facebook. The second one is fucking Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Those are the only ones that ever fucking increase in value for no fucking reason. Just because the fucking bots and the traders are like, oh yeah, sure, here you go, more money, whatever, fuck you, yeah, whatever. Even if you look at their expenses and their costs due to their revenue, their profit, like, doesn't even fucking make any sense. Amazon's gonna keep going up, dude. So regardless of what you say, like, oh, he doesn't have a cash value, well, guess what? He's gonna have more fucking he's gonna have a higher wealth in a little amount of time. Like, I say within the next 6-7 months, when, what is it, Blue Origin,
yeah,
because they're supposed to be doing his fucking rocket company. I say within the next 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months, I think they're doing their first manned mission in the Blue Origin. If they can actually make that successful, oh, guess what, he's gonna have more fucking money. And he sells his shares, like, he sold a million.
No, he sells $1 billion every year to fund his rocket company.
Yeah, he sold he sold a million shares that equated to $1 billion back in November to fund the rocket company, which is a good move on his part, because $1 billion to a man that has $164 billion, not shit. And second off, when he looks at it from the outside looking in, you're like, holy shit, this is a very untapped market. Like, nobody.
It's him and Elon Musk and NASA, and NASA's about almost out.
Yeah, exactly. And if he can just do that, then it's like, dude, I'm just going to keep sending satellites up. I'm going to man missions. I'm going to do whatever. Give me all your money. Everyone's going to give them their money. It's like $200 million for a fucking spaceship ride. You guys want to go on? Oh, yeah, of course. Here you go. Fucking $200 million. He'll make, I would say, maybe 10 to 15 times of what he put into it, if he can actually, like, overcome the hurdles and actually make it successful kind of rocket company. I don't know what the fuck to call it. Blue Origin. If he makes it successful, I say 10 to 15 times more in the coming 10 years.
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely think if he's investing like this kind of money, he's looking for something in return, right? Like he's not just, I don't know. Like I always think like billionaires are just greedy fucking people. I don't think like any billionaire spending $1 billion because it's like a fun thing to do. Like he's looking to make this like the next big thing.
I mean, I think Elon Musk definitely does it for fun.
He's different. He's like a different character.
He's eccentric.
He's like willing to risk everything he has in life to like better humanity. Although I mean he does better himself, but at the same time, like I feel as though he really does try to better humanity.
No, of course, and he's really cool about it. He's really funny. He just posted a thing recently where he got a cardboard box and drew the Tesla symbol on it, and it said bankrupt, and he was passed out.
I saw that.
He was passed out with a bunch of Tesla tequila bottles around him, and he's super cool. Like he's super like down to earth and understands it. I don't think like he's the one that's looking to like, because he put all of his money into it, and if the fourth launch didn't go off, he fucking lost all of his fucking net worth. But he didn't give a shit. He's like, we just have to do it. Like this matters to the human race. Like we have to do it. That guy's completely on a different playing field.
Did you see the interview where like the guy was asking him? He's like, all right, so you've built all this technology, but SpaceX doesn't own any patents. And he's like, why don't you own patents? Like, you've come up with, like, very proprietary information, but you don't, like, anyone, like, you haven't put it out there that is, hey, no one can copy me. And he said that he didn't file a patent because his biggest competitor could take it, and that was the government. And he's like, and I'd prefer to stay private because, like, he was afraid that, like, when you file a patent, like, you have to release everything.
Yeah.
And all someone has to do is just go in there and mimic everything and just change one little variable, and now they've like basically violated your patent. And he was just saying like, oh, I don't do that because, you know, like this is our stuff. So I just thought it was like pretty interesting. Like, you know, he's put in like all this work, but he won't share any of his information with the government.
Yeah. And I also feel that like, I don't know for sure, but I would say just like listening to him, like I don't know him personally by any means, but like for somebody to do something like that, like I get where you're coming from on that. Like that makes a lot of sense. But I also like, I feel like he doesn't want to file a patent because he wants people to create. He wants somebody to beat him or like come up next to him and try and like work something out and figure it out. Cause he wants that to be the next like endeavor. Like human race needs to do interplanetary travel. They need to have like autonomy in regards to vehicles, electricity, this, that, and the other, because he's trying to better the world, the planet, and make it so it doesn't fucking die, and make sure that we're always exploring and we're doing more. Like that's just the gist I get from him. Like that's something that like easily can be said as well in regards to that. Completely different character than fucking Jeff Bezos, dude.
Yeah, I still don't understand like how he controls like all these companies. Like this guy must not have like any spare time. Like, I mean, he founded PayPal. He was doing Tesla, Solar City, SpaceX. Like, where does he find this time? Like, you work 40 hours a week. I know you have another job, but like you do the podcast. But like, this guy's nonstop work.
I mean, I'm right up there.
I've even heard him sleeping at the office. Like,
yeah, he sleeps.
Keep in mind, this guy's worth like what, $4 billion. He falls asleep at the office. He's working.
Yeah, I think he said he works like 100 hours a week.
Like that's insane.
That's 20 more hours than me, which I don't fucking know how he does that shit because I can barely do it. But yeah, no, he does do that, which is great. Like he's just like he's a creator, man. You got to understand, people that are creators have different minds, and like it amps them up to like do stuff like that, and they get adrenaline from it, and they're like happy and they're excited to be there and to do that. Like if you have a bullshit fucking job, dude, and you're working 80 hours, dude, you're gonna blow your fucking brains away, no problem. Like you're not excited to fucking wake up at 7 a.m. every day. This dude probably wakes up at 5:30 after sleeping for 3 hours. He's like, I figured the fuck out. Like I got it. Like let's do this. You know what I mean? But I mean, he's a complete different character than like Jeff Bezos. Like he's not. I don't feel
he's not in it for the money. I mean, I know there's money involved.
Elon isn't.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he's not doing this strictly just to get rich.
Yeah, and I feel like Jeff Bezos is. I mean, when you see a dude land his $65 million jet, like I'm not hating. Like that's cool. Like $65 million jet. But the thing that's like I feel is like weird about it is that when they talk about it, it's like, oh, he landed here. Could this be the next location for his second headquarters? And then when you think about it, those locations, like there's so many tax like implications that they're allowing. Like they're giving them money, they're doing all of this. Oh, here you go, do this, do that, and it's like that guy made it so that you basically have unemployment in that fucking area. That it inadvertently, like he made it so that it was that way, and now you're giving him more fucking money. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I've never understood the concept of, like, the corporate welfare. Like, people, like, the public thinks, like, oh, this is fantastic. You know, it's going to create so much jobs wherever city he goes into. But people don't understand the indirect consequences of whatever the government's giving them is all taken from the people. So, essentially, the richest man in the world is taking money from us to better himself and indirectly hide behind the scenes and say, this is to help you.
Yeah, of course.
And that's fucked up.
It is fucked up, and I think...
Like, he has every means to go spend his own money and, like, go set up his headquarters in whatever city he wants, but, like, he's basically shopping around trying to figure out what city is going to give him the best deal.
Yeah, no, of course. And do you watch Last Week Tonight?
No.
Oh, I fucking love Last Week Tonight, man. I don't know why you haven't seen it. Maybe you don't like it.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's on HBO, dude. Super fucking good. So there was a segment recently, because it wasn't recent, maybe fucking couple months ago when everything was happening, in regards to tax exempt like companies like to like basically like bargain with the company. Oh, you're not gonna have to do this. You're not gonna have to do that. Same thing with like Amazon. He was talking about that. He's like, let's just pick this location. I think he put it. It was Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas, right? That's how it is. I think on the line.
There's a Kansas City in Kansas and Kansas City in Missouri.
Yeah. So it's on the thing. He's like, let's just pick this fucking location. He's like, over the past 10 years, they've reduced taxes for companies, so forth and so on, to bring them to their area. He's like, now let's look at those companies. And it's like 6 companies on both sides. He's like, so this company in Kansas City, Kansas, went to Kansas City, Missouri, and these companies here in Kansas City, Missouri, went over to Kansas City, Kansas, and then they did it again and again and again. It's like, they're like, we're going to bring jobs. It's like, no, man, like, you just fucking, like, brought us those jobs and then left, and then you're bringing the same fucking jobs back. It's not even doing anything.
It's like a little Las Vegas shuffle, man.
Yeah, exactly, dude. You're fucking looking left, and we're fucking looking right. Like, it's not the fucking same. Like, if they were actually a new company that was coming in, and they were actually bringing in jobs, but they're fucking not. It's the same jobs. It's like, dude, you just left last year. You took fucking 10,000 jobs with you. He's like, well, we're bringing 10,000 jobs with us. It's like, you're right. You don't have to pay any taxes at all. Bring those jobs with you.
See, the only way it would like really like incentivize or it would really benefit the city is if there was no incentives that the government was allowing for these companies, right? Like if a company, like if you started a company like a startup and like you go to a city, like you're gonna bring jobs. But it also hurts the city as well when the government says, hey, we're willing to give you X amount of money to come here.
Yeah.
Like that money comes from the people that you're supposed to be helping. So
yeah, no, I totally agree. But I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm all for like success, and I get it. Like, but to get to this stage and for us not to see like what's occurring, like we're just fucking idiots, man. Like,
but going back to his jet, man, when you were talking about that $65 million jet, so just to put it in like your perspective, that may be equivalent to him spending like $1.
Yeah.
And like that's what's crazy, right? Like if you like reach in your wallet to go get a soda, that may have like the same impact on him as buying that $65 million jet.
Well, no, it doesn't, because if say I did that, I would be thinking the whole time like, shit, I should not be spending this fucking dollar right now. Like that's who I am. Like I should not. I need this dollar. He's just like, fuck it. Like to me, like I'm very frugal, and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't wanna fucking give it in there, especially for a fucking soda, and all you got's fucking Dr. Pepper and this shit. You know what I mean? Like, but I get what you're saying.
All right, so a can of dip then. I think you're not so frugal on that.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
You could have bought 4 jets.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, and I tried to look up like his jet. There's no fucking pictures of his jet, dude. I wanted to see. I was like, dude, I wonder what a $65 million fucking jet looks like. Like I googled it.
I think like $65 million for a jet. Like I don't think that sounds like very unreasonable though, right? Like I've heard of jets. I've heard of jets like reaching up to like 300, 400 million. Like big Airbus.
Yeah, I have no fucking dude. Listen, I know I'm fucking very, very wealthy, and I have like maybe $100 billion, and my jet's parked out there. But I'm not a fucking jet guy, okay? I don't fucking know. But I tried to look up his jet to see how it looked, man. I couldn't even fucking see it, man. The thing that I saw looked like shit, and I was like, if anyone would spend $65 million on that, they're fucking out of their mind. Which, I mean, this dude eats iguanas, so I guess he is out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, there's a... All right, well, Trump's Boeing 757 is worth $100 million.
That's a fucking 757, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, with jets, though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then there's also the Airbus A340, $600 million.
That's an air. You know how big that is?
I know, but I'm just saying, like...
That's humongous.
But that guy could buy one, and it would
be
a toy.
$2. It'd be $2.
Be a toy.
$2 to put on that shit. Yeah, man. And then we just increased because they announced that they had 100 million subscriptions or holders, and basically their stock went up 6.3%. Holy shit! Net worth goes up 12 billion. Shit's crazy. And then not even on top of that, man. Dude, we're on Twitch right now. We're talking shit about Amazon. We're fucking up. Amazon owns Twitch. Oh shit! Amazon, we're so sorry, man.
So this is Logan's last podcast. It'll be completely wiped out tonight.
I'm so sorry, dude. So sorry.
He's gonna go create his own content now.
Oh shit! You guys want to come to my website, dude? I have Adobe Flash. Like, it might not work on any devices that you have, but like, if you have a '90s fucking computer that's running Windows 1, dude, you'll be able to see that shit frame by frame. Literally, it'll be fucking just pictures going on the thing. But yeah, they own
Logan,
Twitch.
Did you see this? So Amazon's valuation is larger than Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Macy's, Kohl's, JCPenney, and Sears combined.
Okay, but think about what you just named. The first two, what were the first two?
Walmart and Target.
Okay. And then the other ones are all of those are going the fuck out of business.
I know, but I'm saying, like, Best Buy is still a big company.
But there's still a lot of them that have been going out of business.
Macy's is still a big company.
There's still a lot of them that
don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme of things, very large companies.
No, they're huge. But what I'm saying, like, even put it into more perspective, like, I get what you're saying, like, that's crazy. Like,
well, I'm just saying, like, even Walmart and Target put together, like, Target's been around since the 50s. I think Walmart's been around for like 75 years. Amazon's been around for like 20.
Something like that. 1997. So I want to say.
Regardless, it's fairly new. I mean, like, it wasn't here in the 80s. Yeah, I think it was like late 90s, maybe mid 90s.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, like, that's crazy. Like, everything, like, all those companies combined, it's still larger than that. But what I'm saying is that all those companies combined, and then you also look into it further, of those companies, 7 of them are fucking going out of business. Like, that shit's even crazier.
Have you been into a Best Buy recently?
Yeah, dude, because I buy mics and stuff. I do the podcast.
Yeah, but I'm like a little surprised because, like, I feel like the Best Buy today is like a place where people just go test the equipment and they go buy online, right? Because like on Amazon, you can't touch anything, you can't play around with anything, but like Best Buy is just like a little playground for you to go test out the computer, maybe ask some questions, and then you go back home and you go buy an Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, yeah, I see that a lot when I'm there, but I saw a big difference. I go to Canada a lot, and I went to Black Friday here, and I went to Best Buy. Like, it was whatever. Like, back in the heyday of Black Friday, dude, people were getting trampled, and you fucking saw that shit on video, and it was fucking awesome. But like, that's how it was. Like, so many people were running in this fucking place. They even made the fucking movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, fucking shitty ass movie where he goes and gets that toy, but Black Friday fucked them.
Is that Jingle All the Way?
Something like that. Yeah, that's it. Shitty movie. I give it a Tom Hanks rating. But like, that's how it used to be. Like, shit was crazy. But then I just went this past year and it was like, wasn't that good. Like, I'm sure maybe on Thursday there was a lot more people because like Black Friday isn't Black Friday anymore, and like maybe even Wednesday was more people.
It's
but
all Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday, stuff like that. But then I went to Canada on their Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas.
That's like a national holiday, right?
Yeah, it's a national holiday, and it's like their Black Friday. And like, I went to Best Buy, and oh my lord, dude, there was nothing on the shelves. People were fighting for things, dude. I swear I saw like a moose in there trying to like get some fucking maple syrup, dude. That's how crazy it was in there. But like, people were slammed packed in there. The line was fucking forever. I wanted to get something. I went to go look for it, and I was so upset because it wasn't there. And I said, shit, we just ruined this day. But like, that's the complete difference here in America now, that people just buy online and these stores are going out of fucking business here in America. Like when I go to Best Buy, like you said, a lot of people just try out stuff. I don't ever see, dude, I might see one person buy something whenever I go in there. Like I buy stuff only because I need it immediately, because I'm very bad at planning. I'm very like, what is it called? Optimistic about my planning. But then when it comes to the day, I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't do any of that shit I was going to do and buy. So I have to go there and buy it. But like, I don't see a lot of people buying stuff. And everyone buys on Amazon, dude. Everyone. Like, I don't know one person that you could ask that's never bought on Amazon. The people that love fucking Amazon, old people.
Yeah, it's crazy because, like, even, like, our parents' generation, like, they are shopping hardcore on Amazon.
That's what I'm talking about.
Birthday presents, Christmas presents, just random shit. I mean, people are getting their groceries delivered through them from Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. And these people have shopping addictions. So, like, when they came out with fucking Amazon, you could buy online. Holy shit, dude. These people are buying left and right. I know some parents of my friends, like, I go to their house, I'm like, he's like, dude, I just got this on Amazon. I'm like, what about the thing you just showed me yesterday? He's like, yeah, that thing's old. Like, fuck that thing. Like, I just got this. And then the next day he has another thing. The next day he has another thing. I'm like, dude, you have an addiction. You need to go somewhere, maybe go to an AA meeting or something like that, because you need to figure it the fuck out right now. But it makes it easier for him to buy that. But
you know what AA stands for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Amazon Anonymous.
Yeah, the guys up there. Hi, my name's Brad. Hi, Brad. All those fucking people. But yeah. But I mean, what we get into, I guess, in the last part of this is that basically once you give so much power and give so much control into one person's hands, they're able to run free with that, and they're able to do whatever they want. Yesterday I was talking in regards to Sprint and the AT&T merger, as well as cable companies, to Greg. And it was crazy to see an article come out today about a cable company. Like I was talking about in regards to cable companies, quote unquote, not a monopoly, but it's a geographic monopoly. If you put it into a certain section or a certain point, only one provider's in that certain area. So that's quote unquote a monopoly, but it's not categorized by the entire nation.
Yeah.
And then it was crazy today. I read a fucking article. I don't know, dude. My phone's listening to me. I don't fucking know. But I read an article that basically said that Comcast is offering higher speed internet. But the catch is, the only way that you can get that higher speed internet is you have to have a TV package as well. You can't just be an internet only user, a cord cutter. And it's that right there shows power. Like, yeah, if you want this, buy our fucking package. Otherwise, where the fuck are you going to go? Like the same thing with Amazon could happen. Oh yeah, guess what? Nobody else is selling anything. We're going to bump all the prices up. Your subscription service, what is it? It went up to $112 from $99 to $112 next year, I think it is, something like that.
Are you talking about the Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at $119 now.
Yeah, $119.
Yeah.
They're going to just keep bumping it up, and they're like, yeah, dude, you guys keep buying from us. We're going to just keep bumping it up. And then you get to the point, it's like, you can't go anywhere else. You can't do anything about it. And then you're just like, all right, dude, I want your left leg. I want your right finger. And then $1,000 on top of that. And you're like, sure, cut it off. Here you go. You know what I mean? You can't do anything about it. But that's the same kind of concept. Like just today, Comcast did that shit. And when you give too much power and you don't but broaden the market and put more players, more competitors into that market, then you're going to see things like Comcast or Amazon say, fuck you. Here, give me all your money. I'm going to take it from you. And you have nothing. You can't say anything about it. You can't do anything about it. So,
yeah, I mean, so what's the solution then?
The solution here, we actually had this question yesterday. It's like, how do you stop an oligopoly or a monopoly, and what's the solution?
I feel like you just have to go cold turkey, right?
Yeah, dude. Solution is easy, dude. So, you fuck up at the beginning because you have to go to a store regardless. All right, go to Walmart, get a fucking bag of coal. Then you go over to the fucking camping section, because they have that in Walmart. Get a sleeping bag. Then you go and get a fucking Coleman's fucking grill and maybe a Coleman's TV if you want to crank that bitch up to watch it. Get all that, maybe a cooler. Get a nice little sled or trolley. Put everything in there. Get it, and then just walk to the fucking woods. and basically
live in the van, right?
Yeah, live the van life, live in the woods, everyone does it for about 3 years, and then all of those other companies, Amazon, Comcast, like they don't even have anyone to fucking do anything with, so they all go out of business, and then we come back and we're like, okay, we're starting at point zero now. Everything is null and void. Here we go. Let's try and fix it now. Let's try and make it better. That's the only fucking option that I fucking... What about you? What do you see?
I don't know. I mean, like, I guess just go cold turkey, say fuck you to the companies, and, like, eventually they're going to have to give in, right? Like, if everyone says, like, hey, we're not going to support that, then, like, what do they do?
Yeah, exactly. What do they...
But I feel like they could stick it out for a long time, so, like, we'd have, like, the population would have to be tough enough, which they won't.
Oh, yeah,
so
dude.
People are going to give in, and we're going to be screwed.
Definitely weak people out there, dude. Weak hands. I'm one of them. Like we're on Twitch right now, but yeah, we're definitely gonna be screwed. Like I said, the only thing that we can do is go to the fucking woods. Everyone, just start your own fucking tribe. Fucking go out there, hang out for like 10 years. It might take 10 years because they have so much damn money. Apple might still be around when we come back because there's so much fucking money that they have. But yeah, and then start it all over again. Just burn all those companies down for starting from scratch, and then maybe we can realize what the fuck we did and not repeat the past. But we definitely would. We probably would repeat the past.
Well, by the time you come around, you would think that all the companies are gone because there's only going to be like 3 companies left, right? You're going to go out into the woods, you're going to come back, and you'll see like all the retailers gone. You're like, oh yeah. Shit, it worked.
But it didn't.
And then you get back home and go on the internet, and it's just Walmart and Amazon and Apple. That's it.
That's it, dude. Fuck. I don't know, man. That's all I have. Is there anything else you wanted to go over really quick in regards to Amazon or anything like that?
Well, I mean, like, what do you think about like how they treat their employees?
Oh yeah, like
It's just like I read an article to where like this guy went undercover at a warehouse back in 2016 in the UK, and I guess this guy was like looking at a shelf and he found a bottle, and it was like really like discolored, and he was like wondering what it was, and it turns out it was human urine. And he's like, what the hell is this? And I guess it was like a common practice for the people in the warehouse to pee into cups because the bathroom was so far away. So I guess they were on the 4th floor, and the nearest bathroom was on the 1st floor, and their average bathroom break was like 5 to 6 minutes. And like so Amazon was requiring them to do 120 packages an hour, which equates to 1 package every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So if you're on a bathroom break for 6 minutes, you basically have failed for that hour, and like people are being written up.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of people were like denied, like, oh, you can't work here anymore because like, oh, you didn't meet like your quota and all this and that. And like people are peeing in cups.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. That's a lot of like distribution and manufacturing places. They have a lot of issues. Like if you don't think Amazon doesn't have issues, like you're fucked in your head. Like they perceive themselves as this godly company, but they're just like all the others. Like I've heard of other places where like you have 10 minutes to eat a lunch and you can't sit down. You have to go stand up and eat your lunch standing and then be able to walk back and do the fucking job. It's the same fucking thing like with Amazon. Like you're saying, like that shit's fucked up. And then on top of that, they don't even give a shit about their employees because they're fucking building Robo Johnson or whatever the hell that dude's name is, where he can basically, it costs remember we talked about this on the one podcast? Yeah. It costs $30,000, the amount of salary that one person gets paid in there, which is shit. It cost him $30,000, but it was able to do the same amount of workload as 120 people. Like, so obviously they treat their employees like shit from what you're saying. And they also really don't care, like, they're more in it for the profit rather than in helping out the people that are working for them at the moment. Like if you're going to go through and build this thing that can take away 120 jobs in one go, like, I mean, dude, you fucking like, do you really care about the people that are working for you, or do you just want to make money? You know what I mean? But I mean, that's at the end of the day, I would say that's a lot of companies. That's a lot of,
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not just Amazon. It's kind of like the direction that we're heading to as a society.
Yeah.
But like, and the thing that like pisses me off is they don't really make the news of how they treat their employees. Like, you have to like go digging deep down into the internet to find one or two articles to try to figure out, like, you know, some of this. Like, you know, who would have thought that people at the Amazon workplace are peeing in cups? Like, that's weird. Like, imagine like going into your work and like you see a guy next to you pissing in a bottle because he's not meeting like his emails.
Yeah.
Like, what would you think of that company? Like, what would you think of that person?
Yeah. It's shitty. You know
And this guy went on to say that this fulfillment center was a digital sweatshop.
Yeah.
Like, those are some pretty harsh words.
Pretty harsh words, and I mean, it's probably right. Like, I've never gone there.
Well, he said that these workers were required to work 10 to 12-hour days, lift up to 49 pounds, and he tracked majority of their walking, and majority of them were doing 14 to 16 miles a day.
Those are some athletic fuckers.
So think about it. Like, you're constantly carrying 50 pounds, and you're walking 14 miles.
You're jacked as shit. You're fucking huge, dude. What is that? Fucking Kimbo Slice in there?
Or you're just burned out pissing in cups.
Of course. It's bad. It's not good. Of course. It's terrible. Like, that's fucking hard. I couldn't imagine doing that.
That's what they want robots for, man. No more peeing.
Yeah.
No one complaining.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Shit. I mean, at the end of the day, dude, not commend, but I want to give them a fucking hand clap. Like, good for you guys. Like, I love success. You guys are very successful. It's great. Like, I like people that are successful, but I think there's a point that we need to look at it and say, is it too much success? Like, I feel like there is a point where somebody has too much success and it can actually hurt more people than it helps.
So the real question, are you going to renew Prime?
Probably not, because I bought all my mic stuff now, so I don't really need it anymore. But yeah, no, probably not. So, do you have Amazon Prime?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Nice.
We do. But we had the student one because our email address was still valid, so we got it for $50.
Super sick, dude.
Yeah.
Super sick. Anything else?
No, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, dude, always, man. We were gonna have Tori on, but he fucking bailed on us. We're gonna have a third person, but we'll get back to maybe do one with Tori upcoming, and we'll have a third episode. Well, not third, a 3-person episode in the coming weeks. Sound cool?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, man.
All right, yeah, no problem. All right, guys. So this is the end credits. You can always follow us on Twitter at SnakeFangPod, or you can follow us on Instagram at SnakeFangPodcast, or you guys can send us an email at snakefangpodcast@gmail.com if you want to hear any upcoming episodes. And we'll be back tomorrow for Ghost Stories with Greg and Mitch. A little less serious, more comical. I'm going to be wearing a sheet over my head like a ghost. So stay tuned for that. Catch you later.